Well, certainly it's been a frustrating couple of seasons for Devontae Freeman since he signed that massive contract extension back in August of 2017. He had a couple of concussions later on that season. Then last year, of course, the groin injury only appeared in 2 games. And that was just part of how things unraveled for a Falcons team that had been in the Super Bowl a couple of years before, were in the playoffs after the 2017 season. They lose Keanu Neal to a torn ACL in September. Ricardo Allen to a torn Achilles in September. Deion Jones, the linebacker who made a lot of plays during the good portion of that Super Bowl loss to the Patriots, he suffered a foot injury, went on injured reserve, made it back, but the Falcons end up 7-9 last season. Some significant changes in all three phases. Dan Quinn, the coach, moving on from all three of his coordinators. Dirk Cutter is now back as offensive coordinator. Matt Ryan had a few good years with him. They drafted heavy on the offensive line in the draft, getting Chris Lindstrom and Caleb McGarry. Both those guys should plug in quickly. And then Dan Quinn is going to be calling the defense himself. Certainly high expectations for the Falcons in a division that, of course, if you're going to win it, you're going to have to get through the Saints.
Yeah, the Saints bring in Drew Brees late in his career, still being very successful, still had a lot of success even running the ball against that depleted Falcons defense, depleted because they were missing guys like Keanu Neal, Ricardo Allen. How do you expect that secondary to play out with those guys coming back, Tom?
Well, that's one of the big things that they're going to be trying to figure out. And again, it's going to be Dan Quinn who is going to be the one overseeing this. They had Marquand Manuel as their defensive coordinator in recent years. His style is significantly different than Dan Quinn's style in the terms of the way that he coaches people. Quinn brings a different energy and a positivity to the room that they think is going to be helpful. Listen, whenever you're trying to put different pieces together and you're getting guys back from injury, you're also trying to integrate young players, there's a feeling out process that has to take place. But when it's guys like Keanu Neal, who is a tone setter on that defense, you know pretty well what you're going to get from that guy. And really, to be honest, Patrick, there's not a lot of guys who are going to give you that presence that you can just plug into that type of role off the street.
Yeah, it's not everybody that can do certain things.